Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to ISE 2017. We're here in Amsterdam on the NEC Display Solutions stand in Hall 5. It's stand R24 if you want to come and find us. Delighted to have with us an old friend of ours, Simon Jackson, who's the VP of Strategic Sales in NEC. I may have missed a little bit off the job title, but since we last spoke, I think you've had a different job role. Tell us about your new job role, Simon.
Well, you only missed a little bit off. It was the vertical bit, and that I guess is the most important piece. We're developing our business like a lot of different companies into different areas. And for us, the way we view our customers is very much through their vertical markets, and more importantly about what applications they're expecting to get from NEC. So of course this is all underpinned by our product. Here, as you can see, we have quite a good portfolio of products, and we have more of a consultative effect in terms of the laser, LCD and LED portfolio.
What do you count as a vertical then?
I mean, we have 16 verticals. I'm not proactive in every one of them, but certainly we have around about 6 or 7 verticals now where we have a pan-European presence, and then we have more local specialists in some of the other verticals, and they would include finance, healthcare, cinema, QSR, security is probably the newest one, which is certainly a fast growth vertical for us at the moment.
So that means that you end up going to quite a few shows. I think there's a casino show that you're going to soon in Las Vegas. There is
a casino show, or show in a casino, we should say, but that's CinemaCon, which I think this year is at the same time as DSE, so we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. And the vertical shows are very important for us because, of course, those customers are looking at specific reasons why they're buying NEC. It's normally to do with what we've done with the product, what the type of application it is, and we get to learn a lot more about these industries by going to these shows. So we do the airport show, the healthcare show, the cinema show, and so on. That's very important for us, as well as having a show that does everything like this one.
We were talking to one of your partners this morning, S Quadrat, CEO of S Quadrat, Andreas Brockschmidt, and he was going on about how wonderful the Passenger Terminal Expo is, which I think is back in Amsterdam in March. It moves around. So.
Yes, that's back here in March, and I think from you can see, I think the last couple of years, LED's really been expanding rapidly, and I think if we're honest, we found it difficult when we first started in the LED marketplace, particularly when you're looking at the outdoor, the stadiums. But what we're seeing now is that the customers that are used to been buying NEC for years, they naturally come to us and say, what have you got? Particularly with fine pitch for some more of the indoor opportunities, whether it's a boardroom or a reception area. And these are customers that are very happy, understand the brand quality of NEC and the things that we bring. So their first place of call is to come and talk to us about LED. And we're also now able to take our learnings in this market into other new areas where LED is also an emerging technology for certain industries that haven't utilised it, such as automotive, so car showrooms, those kind of things, where LED is very much a big part of their portfolio.
I want to talk about LED in a second, but Andreas was mentioning it was every brand you could imagine. It was the Porsche showroom, I think you just alluded to, Adidas, some fantastic Credit Suisse installs in New York. I mean, you guys are responsible for LED sales globally, I think, from a European base.
Yes, and the global proposition is something I'm particularly focused on at the moment. Most of our customers at the high-end corporate level have international desires, and from that perspective we need to be able to offer a global brand, and that's not just about the product, that's the service wrap around it, and this is something that we're working very hard on, in particular plugging some of the more difficult areas that we all face as manufacturers in certain parts of the world where there isn't the same infrastructure standards, etc. So the global part of our business is LED is very much part of that, but of course all the other products as well.
This time last year, I think, was the first time you'd publicly shown this 1.5mm LED that we're using as a broadcast backdrop here. I think many people were surprised that NEC were in that space. As we just alluded to, you've sold zillions of these things in the last 12 months. There's lots of competition from the Chinese manufacturers, you'll see from the stand, and I don't know if you had a look at any of the Future Source reports. They're building a big LED report soon. I mean, how are you going to stay ahead of the curve?
I think the first thing is to make sure our existing customers, and they're also a growing market, so to make sure our existing customers are able to buy LED in confidence from NEC at a competitive price. But when we talk about price competition, of course the Chinese are getting better, and there is a price point there, but there's an awful lot beyond. just delivering the product and price. LED is far more complex than most of our other businesses. And from that perspective, there is a huge service element to LED, not just from the starting of the project, statement of works, installation, delivery, ongoing maintenance, and a lot of our channel aren't up to speed in this area, so we're having to provide a lot of these services to the channel partners as well.
Well, you certainly seem to be very successful in selling a solution, and that's something I want to come on to. I don't think NEC necessarily get enough credit for being a true solutions provider. If you think of the two trends at the show this year, and well, last year was very much LED, this year LED, huddle rooms, workplace stuff. You've got some great examples on your stand here. The Infinity board is a fantastic example of a solution. You brought a couple of different companies together, some startups with a massive, I don't know how big the screen is, you can tell me in a second, but it's a fantastic solution offering, and I don't think many display manufacturers can say that they've got the same on their stands.
No, that's right. It's 65 and 84 inch, before I forget that part. But I guess if you look at NEC, it's about the people, the products, and the partners. And we've always been consistent on this message. Working with our partners enables us to deliver more solutions. The Infinity board, which I think is one of the most innovative solutions we've launched for years. It's got Sennheiser speakers, it's got the Huddly camera, it's got flat frog interface for touch. So from that perspective, it's a real partner solution, but it's sold by NEC as an NEC product. And if you look around from a corporate landscape at the moment, there's some huge projects at the moment involving meeting room solutions with a lot of big global companies. And they don't want to talk about screen sizes, they want to talk about what the screen does in the meeting room and what the benefit of it is. And the Infinity board is a perfect example of a product that delivers a benefit on an open platform.
Well, we were together in Rome in, I think, late October, when we had the launch of the Raspberry Pi, your partner event. You've seen, we had Thomas Volter on earlier on, who's the product manager responsible for that part of the business, OPS and OMI. He was saying that you've also seen tremendous interest from the airport market and the education market for the Raspberry Pi offering.
Yes, we have, and as you can see from what we've got developed here and what we're demonstrating, the capability of the Raspberry Pi for the cost point is incredible, even for video. So certainly for the airport market, if you look at flight information systems, no issue there regarding how the Raspberry Pi can handle that. We're also looking at more content-heavy applications such as digital menu boards, where Raspberry Pi could be a big player and could bring digital menu boards into a second level of QSR type customers. So it does open up a lot of different areas for us, and it's also bringing towards us a developer community. So I think we've got over 40 partners now signed up, wanting to develop their solutions on the Raspberry Pi module.
I also mentioned to Thomas that you must have been very pleased that BrightSign announced a range of OPS players, because you've been banging the drum for OPS for many years, and I know you've been very successful in the airport market specifically with that product. You should be very pleased. I think I could ask you if you are pleased, but think of the trends: huddle rooms, LED, and open module slots in screens. It looks like you're at the forefront of so many of the things that are happening and are on trend at the moment at ISE.
That's right, and it's a key part of our strategy to look at the different solutions and how we can evolve them in the markets that we've talked about. You know, we're not going to win the game when it comes to pricing and volume. That's not what NEC is about as a brand. It's about adding value, giving the products an edge, and giving the user a better experience. So it's a key part of our strategy.
So my last question then, I mean, we've picked up LED and the open module stuff and the huddle rooms. Is there anything I've missed? Am I missing something which will be on trend for next year or the next show that you do?
I think we shouldn't forget laser technology and projection. So laser technology is something that we're very well used to. We have a big cinema business, so we've been developing laser solutions in projection for some time. But we're now seeing these products coming into the mainstream for meeting rooms, auditoriums, and of course it's been a rebirth in some respects versus the lamp technology. The lamp technology is still there. It still has a very important part to play. But you can see with our new range of 10,000 lumens laser projection and how good they look, that I think laser is also here to stay within projection for many years to come.
Simon Jackson, thank you very much.
Thank you.